Clásico, will Real Madrid's Huijsen, Barcelona's Raphinha return? Real Madrid host Barcelona in the first Clásico of the season on Sunday, stream live at 11:15 a.m. Eastern Time on ESPN Plus in the US, and both La Liga giants have had plenty of injury concerns. Madrid will take on the defending champions sitting 2 points above them at the top of the La Liga table, with both sides having played 9 league games so far this season. Madrid coach Xabi Alonso hopes to have several key players back for his first Clásico in charge of Los Blancos, but he is aware that the match has come too soon for at least 2 key defenders. Barca boss Hansi Flick, meanwhile, hopes to have 2 players back to face for the trip to the Santiago Bernabeu, but he'll have at least 5 significant absences. Dean Huijsen missed Spain's matches against Georgia and Bulgaria, and Real Madrid's match against Getafe due to a calf muscle injury, but sources have told ESPN that he could return to the squad this weekend. There had been hopes earlier this week that the centre-back could play a few minutes of Wednesday's UEFA Champions League match against Juventus, but in the end he was not selected. A source told ESPN that Huijsen's absence against Juve was to allow him to rest and minimize the risk of a relapse. This way, he could be in better shape for El Clásico. On October 8, Real Madrid's medical team diagnosed that the 20-year-old would be out for 12 to 15 days, putting him on course to return for the match against Barcelona at the Bernabeu. The defender's condition is improving daily, and there is hope that he will be back on Sunday. Asensio will be ready against Barcelona. Raúl Asensio gave Madrid fans a scare in the final minutes of the 1-0 win over Juventus, leaving the field with muscle discomfort. However, a club source told ESPN that the defender did not suffer any injury and only left the field with cramp. Thus, after his great performance in the Champions League, Asensio emerges as a strong option to partner Eder Militao on Sunday if Huijsen does not make it. Playing midfielder Aurelien Tchouameni in central defense is another option being considered by Alonso. Will Carvajal, Alexander-Arnold, and Ceballos make it? Dani Carvajal and Trent Alexander-Arnold remain doubtful for Real Madrid's match against Barcelona. Both have already completed several training sessions with the group, but were not called up against Juventus. Carvajal injured his calf during the 5-2 loss at Atletico Madrid on September 27, and Alexander-Arnold injured his hamstring in the Champions League opener against Marseille 11 days earlier. Despite the positive feelings of both players, the club want to take it slowly with both Alexander-Arnold and Carvajal and will not risk their return. The most likely scenario, according to sources familiar with the day-to-day situation at Valdebebas, is that the pair will be called up against Barcelona but neither will start, due to fears of a possible relapse. In the case of Dani Ceballos, there are still doubts about his return. In principle, and according to the club, it would be normal for him to be called up for the Clásico, but they are not certain. The midfielder is suffering from muscle discomfort and was ruled out against Juve. How long will Alaba and Rudiger be out for? Antonio Rudiger and David Alaba are the 2 players definitely ruled out of Real Madrid's clash with Barcelona. Germany centre-back Rudiger suffered an injury to his left thigh on September 12 during training prior to the match against Real Sociedad, and will have to wait until late November or early December to return. Alaba made his first start in La Liga this season against Getafe last weekend, but was substituted at halftime after picking up a calf strain and will miss the clash against Barcelona. Ferland Mendy, the other long-term injury victim, finally returned to the squad on Wednesday for the Champions League, but his return to the team will be gradual after 5 months away. Rodri,